If you can't see the slide into fascism that's currently happening in the United States, you are simply not paying attention.
So that's now the Aussies.
Donald Trump has appointed Nazi-saluting billionaire Elon Musk to take a hatchet to public services.
The Irish.
Yesterday, we witnessed the inauguration of a man whose ideology embodies everything the EU was founded to reject. Europe must resist because our history demands it.
My homeland of the Scots.
The First Minister offered congratulations to the convicted felon Donald Trump on his re-election.
All vehemently opposing Trump as he embarks on his quest to make the US more respected around the world again.
He did the mandate, which is a disaster, mandating it. The vaccine went out. He did a mandate on the vaccine, which is the thing that people most objected to about the vaccine. And he did a very poor job, just a very poor job. And I will tell you, not only poor there, but throughout the entire world, we're no longer respected as a country. They don't respect our leadership. They don't respect the United States anymore. We're like a third world nation between weaponization of his election, trying to go after his political opponent. All of the things he's done, we've become like a third world nation.
President Trump is a disaster for humanity. He belongs behind bars, not in the Oval Office.
After Trump's recent presser in which he expanded on his outlook for the future of American foreign policy, that outlook running completely effing contrary to the end of American interventionism that he and his campaign falsely touted during his run for president. And pledged with a full chest, like he was talking about a new building in Manhattan, that the US would just take over the Gaza Strip.
Peter?
Would Palestinians have the right to return to Gaza if they left while the rebuilding was happening?
It would be my hope that we could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return. Why would they want to return? The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest, toughest places on earth. And right now, I've seen every picture from every angle, better than if I were there. And nobody can live there. You can't live there. So if we can build them through massive amounts of money supplied by other people, very rich nations, and they're willing to supply it. If we can build something for them in one of the countries, and it could be Jordan, and it could be Egypt, it could be other countries, and you could build 4 or 5 or 6 areas. It doesn't have to be one area, but you take certain areas and you build really good quality housing, like a beautiful town, like someplace where they can live and not die. Because Gaza is a guarantee that they're going to end up dying. The same thing's going to happen again. It's happened over and over again, and it's going to happen again as sure as you're standing there, Peter. So I hope that we could do something where they wouldn't want to go back. Who would want to go back? They've experienced nothing but death and destruction.
And as a result, many world leaders spoke out against the president, some more unapologetic than others. Take, for instance, Greens Senator leader in Australia, Nick McKim, who not only vehemently condemned the president, but called for urgent action to, quote, stop Trump-style politics coming to Australia.
If you can't see the slide into fascism that's currently happening in the United States, you are simply not paying attention. At Donald Trump's inauguration, as the billionaire oligarchs lined up to pay their obeisance, the biggest of them all, the most highest profile of them all, the person with probably the biggest social media reach in the world, in part because he owns one of the biggest social media platforms in the world, Elon Musk, literally gave a Nazi salute at the president's inauguration. And for people who are going to try to argue that it wasn't actually a Nazi salute, I'll say this. If you're one of the highest profile people in the world and a massive global debate erupts about whether or not you gave a Nazi salute and you don't come out and say it wasn't a Nazi salute, then it was a Nazi salute. It was a Nazi salute. The United States is sliding into fascism under Donald Trump. And it is marginalised communities who are going to pay the price. Black-skinned and brown-skinned people, migrants in the US, women in the US, transgender and queer folks in the US. They're going to be persecuted and they're going to be demonised, blamed for all the problems of the day. And you know what else is going to pay the price? Nature is going to pay the price under his drill baby drill policies of destroying nature. Climate is going to pay the price, as we're already seeing a withdrawal from global climate action. President Trump is a disaster for humanity. He belongs behind bars, not in the Oval Office.
Now, this isn't the first time that we've seen an international leader as blunt in their condemnation of America's leader. And with Trump's